So it's been about a week since I last saw you. How are you doing?
I'm okay. We got in like a really big fight last night, so that sucked. But besides that, I'm alright.
So he's in town right now, or he's in town. What were you guys fighting about?
I got home from work later than normal, and so that made him angry because he just didn't know like what I was doing or who I was with, and it wasn't like anything bad. I just had to stay to help clean up a little bit longer than normal. But he just assumed that I was like out with another guy.
You're still working at a restaurant here too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So last week you mentioned that you would be friends with your coworkers outside of work, but you're not. Is that because you don't want to go out with them, or is that something does Jorge not really want you to go out with them? You said last night that you were home late because he was jealous.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't mind going out with them. Like, they're a lot of fun and we all get along really well, but yeah, he just like doesn't, it's not that he doesn't trust me, it's that he doesn't trust like the people around me. So like he's just trying to look out for me, but I do think it would be nice if I could make some more friends outside of like me and him.
Well, last week you mentioned that you really loved that Jorge has a good relationship with God.
Mm-hmm.
Are you pretty religious too, or spiritual?
Yeah, we're both Catholic.
So you go to church.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any friends from church, or anybody that you feel like you could talk to from church?
Yeah, there's like a women's group that I've been to before that they have like once a week because he goes to the men's group, so I'll go to the women's one. We'll like both be there at the same time, and they're pretty nice, yeah.
I feel like I wonder, does your church offer anything else that you know of, that just to like spend time with people, or?
Well, there's like a choir that I've been kind of interested in joining. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's a choir that I've been interested in joining, but I don't think he'll let me, so.
Why not the choir?
Well, because it's like, he doesn't want to do it, so there's not like a day that we could go together, and he doesn't like really like for me to go out and do that kind of thing alone.
Do you think that, it sounds like that's something that is hard for you?
Yeah.
To not be allowed to do things that you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that there's any way that you guys could figure out, or have a conversation where you calmly can tell him that you want to do some things alone, or that you feel like you deserve some more privileges?
I mean, yeah, but I don't know, like, it's hard to talk to him about those kinds of things because I just want him to be happy, and like every time I bring it up it becomes a huge fight, and like, I don't know, he just like gets more and more, like as time goes on, like just more and more volatile. So I don't really want to like, I don't know, I don't want to like make his life any harder than it has to be.
Well, have you ever had a conversation with him where you're able to maintain a calm atmosphere and get your point across to him? Have you ever been able to do that?
Like when we very first met, yeah, for like the first couple months that we were together, yeah, it was all like fine and normal, so.
I just wonder if there's something that you have ever been able, if you've ever had a conversation with him where you've been able to communicate with him and him not get angry, and what it is that made it so that worked. I guess it sounds like you just felt like it worked because it was kind of like a honeymoon period of your relationship.
Yeah.
Not so much that you had tactics that worked
Yeah.
better.
Right.
So when you guys get into fights, do you usually, how does that usually start? Do you, like, are you able to give like a specific example of?
Well, yeah. So like the worst fights that we have, and like the times that he gets like the most scary, is whenever, like if he wants to like have sex with me and then I say no, then he gets like really, really angry. Like those are the times that he like actually like really hurts me.
Well, so today and last week you've talked about a lot of really difficult things
Yeah.
involving your relationship with Jorge and maybe some things that concern your physical safety. I just wanted to let you know before we go too much further with this that I am required by law to report anything that I feel involves more serious intervention.
But you're not gonna tell the police.
No, I just have to tell my supervisor,
Okay.
and
Okay.
you're completely safe here to talk about whatever you'd like.
Yeah, but like what am I gonna do when I go home and he's there? And I've told somebody that he's doing this because that's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do now.
Well, we aren't going to go to him. We're not going to tell him anything that you say. So I think that you should feel safe to talk about anything. But it is important to know that, and I think maybe, I mean, how do you feel? Do you feel safe?
I mean, do you mean like here or do you mean with him?
With him.
I mean, I feel like he loves me and like he is doing it like because he just gets frustrated that like he feels like I don't give him the same like respect, but I mean, I don't know. Obviously he's like hurt me, but it's never been like that bad. I mean, last night was pretty bad, but it's never been like, I've never had to go to the hospital, so, you know, I feel kind of safe.
Okay, well, I think that we should maybe talk about some of the, for the next couple of sessions, maybe we should talk about some of the options for your safety. I think maybe we can talk about how you can address conversations with Jorge. Maybe there's something that would be helpful in just having conversations with him that don't escalate. And then you really, it sounds like it's really important that you make some friends and that you can spend time with. Maybe we can practice a conversation with Jorge about how you'd like to have some more time with socializing with other people. And is there anything else that you feel is important that we go over in the next couple weeks?
I think that's pretty much it. Just that like I wanna be able to spend time with him and it be good. And I don't wanna like leave him or anything, but you know, I do wanna be safe and I do wanna make more friends. I just don't know how to do that. I don't know how to make those two things happen at the same time because he gets so mad whenever I do talk to him about like making friends. So yeah.
So maybe we should break it, maybe we should not think too much like it's a big, two things that you have to face at the same time. Maybe we can think about smaller ways of dealing with it. Are you going to, is he in town? You said he was in town right now and you'll see him today.
Yeah.
Okay, so is there a time that you think when he would be in a good mood that you guys could talk?
Maybe like right when I get home. Things are normally pretty calm then, so.
Does he know that you're here?
No.
Okay. So what, I mean, I know that we met last week and we sort of did some initial, me asking you questions, but I'm curious what specifically drove you to come here, come to us?
Well, we got in this argument the other day and I don't know, he just like said some really awful things about me, like he called me all these different names and he picked up like a knife and was kind of like waving it at me and he's never done that before. Like he shoved me and like punched me a couple times, but he's never actually like had a thing that he could hurt me with, and that was really scary. So yeah, that was like the last thing that I could take, and I just feel like, I mean, I know it's not my fault, I understand that, but I don't know, I just feel so overwhelmed and sad and alone, and like, he's my one person that I have, and I can't even get him to like be nice to me.
Yeah. I can't even imagine how hard that is. I'm so sorry. Well, I think that we can definitely, it sounds to me that you're, even though you seemed a little concerned about me reporting anything, it sounds like you're reaching a little bit though for some protection from him. Is that correct, or I wouldn't want to?
I mean, I don't want it to be an issue of like me needing to be protected. I just, because I don't think that, like I don't think he would follow through with like the things that he says, but I mean, I guess on some level. I want it to be more so like how can I be good enough for whatever he needs.
Okay, well, I think, I mean, it sounds to me that you know that you don't deserve to be treated that way. You said that a couple times, but you've also said that you feel like you're not good enough. It's because you're not good enough. So there's sort of, which I'm sure is not true. You don't deserve to be treated in a bad way. And maybe we can focus a little bit next week on some more areas that you feel more confident about and things that you can talk to him about.
Okay.
All right. Well, we will see you next week then.